Hi everyone, this is Bobby from bn-games.com, and we're here doing a quick look for Ghostbusters Sanctum of Slime. We're currently viewing the PlayStation 3 version, which was released today, March 22nd, 2011. So if you're watching this, this is already released, and you've probably played it by now, possibly, hopefully. And this game is a PSN download. It also will be on the Xbox Live Arcade as a XBLA download as well. PlayStation gets it first. It's very, very nice intro screen there. And accurately has the correct music, which you would expect for a Ghostbusters game, obviously. And I was going to try to join Dark Lord here, give me an error, so I'm like, well, I'll create one. This game is actually a 4-player co-op, and it's designed very much... Well, it's basically a twin-stick shooter at its core. And I figure I'd pick Gabriel, because he reminds me of Egon. These are all new characters, every single one of them. I don't know the back lore myself, but I enjoy the movies more than the rest of the series, the first and second movie. And there you see Dark Lord joined me. He's probably had some problems getting someone in because this had barely hit the network. Let's say like 5 minutes, and I bought it like right there and then, like that. So we're gonna try playing this. This is actually my first playthrough through it. Right at the gate, what you're seeing is me starting the game up and starting my first match. So all I had seen was the quick trailers and a little bit of information that was posted on Kotaku and Joystick and through the GB Fans forum, which I'll be posting this on. Like, love that community. Wish I'd known about that when I was younger, growing up. And just starts you right off. Not much of an explanation of why you're here, but really don't need one. It's, you know, it's very much an arcade style game. As you can see, I'm Kenji Matsuo. That's my PSN ID. Go ahead and add me if you want to play me online. Some messages. That's my personal one. We also have one for the website, which I'll put all this information in the details of the video. And as you can see here, it's top down, and you use the left stick to move around, and the right stick you point in the direction to fire, just like a twin-stick shooter. A good comparison, control-wise, to some degree, is a game called Dead Nation, which was on the PlayStation Network as well. Very good game as well. And they're in the same vein, to a degree. You're surrounded by enemies that spawn out of nowhere, and once you defeat them, you move on to the next point. There's always a variety, and the idea, for the most part, is to survive being overwhelmed. That is key. One of the nice things about this is your score is not only based on shooting or destroying the ghosts, which to some degree I was. It took me a little bit to accept that it would just be they would be dissipating rather than catching them at first, which is fine. I also find it funny that even if you cross the streams, there's no risk of destroying yourselves, as we all know would happen otherwise. But that's kind of is acceptable here because, well, what kind of game would it be? You'd be crossing streams all the damn time, especially as hectic as this game gets. Like the first game that came out a couple years back, the full retail title, you can destroy pretty much, well, majority of the environment. And nice thing here is you get points for it as well. As you can see, the points are right above our screen names. And each ghost, you know, they vary, and there's multipliers. I picked one up. Actually, I picked one up right now. That's why I see a $sign over my head. And there are these little snippets of story that are being presented in that little box that pops up. No voice so far. But as I said, this is a quick look, so you're just getting the first level, what you start off and what you see. With most twin-stick shooters, you notice that the first enemies are really easy. They are pretty much destroyed at first contact. Pretty common in its design. It's as you can see, here's a little stronger boss here. And at first, I thought when I did this that I thought, well, I might be able to capture them, but it's not the case. One thing is, I'm sure you saw that savior bonus. Basically, what will happen is, if someone's down, you have to go overrun to them and keep pressing the X button on the PlayStation version anyway, and that will help revive them. So there's no such thing as a live system. It's pretty much everyone survives until everyone's dead, sort of thing. So working together is key, and keeping an eye on everyone's health status and sticking together, for the most part, is key to survival. Because if you don't stick together and you stray off and you get attacked, which I'm kind of straying off right now, just wanting to destroy stuff. You get caught by a boss in a corner, you die. If someone isn't able to come pick you up or save you, rather, that's going to be a big issue. Now, as you can see, player 3 and player 4 are actually computers, and they're pretty competent throughout the whole ordeal. They don't really make too many mistakes, and they're pretty good about attacking enemies, and they're very good about reviving you. That seems to be priority for them. If you're down, their first goal is to bring you back no matter what. The only problem with this is, I guess on some level, is if you're down, there'll be instances where possibly all three, say you're playing by yourself, because you can play this by yourself, you don't have to play multiplayer. But say if all three are after you, it could be a bad day, because you have all three in the same central area trying to save you, or someone else, for example, and that doesn't bode well, especially in boss situations. This part we got a little confused. I know I did. It doesn't give you any kind of direction exactly, and in a way we are making a bit of a circle through this same level. It presents itself well. I mean, it wasn't too hard to figure it out. You just basically walk into a certain room, and then events start happening. Ghosts start spawning, and you're in the right area. Now we're starting to get some of the more powerful ghosts that take a little bit more to hit. And gradually that's just going to be the case for the rest of the game, where you have your little mini baddies, and then you get ones that take some time, and then eventually a boss. Kind of almost irresistible to not want to spin around with the proton stream going around. It's also a wise choice for them to limit the stream's length, because that would make it a little too easy. And you can see it pulls out fairly far. It can draw that modern console. If you played something back in the old days, it would auto-spawn you or something of that nature, but pretty good about that. I'm not sure if Dark Lord was having some issues. But at a certain point, he actually leaves me alone. And here I'm reviving one of the CPUs, and I thought it was Hold X, but actually it's Tap X. And there's a bit of a bonus for it, so other than surviving and making sure you make it to the end of the level, which is obviously the goal, you get some points in the end too. As you can see here, it's getting to be a bit more hectic. Always the goal, or enemy goal, of all of these twin stick, and I keep calling it a shooter, and that's really what it is, you know, in the end. It's always to be surrounded, and being able to manage crowds of enemies in a sequence quickly is really where that's one of the major skills. I really like how that tablecloth just kind of burns up there. It's a really nice effect. Although it would have been nice if I could have pushed an action button and, you know, could have tried to relive the Bill Murray sequence, you know, trying to pull the cloth off the table, but not a big deal. Just something I'd like to have seen. The soundtrack, I should mention, is actually very good. It's a lot better than I was expecting, especially for these sequences. It definitely drives home the chaotic nature of it. Obviously, you have the tunes, you know, the stuff that you would typically expect here, but it really is serviceable for these parts. And they're Dark Lord left me. In the most important part, I should mention, where I could really use the help the most. So this is the boss. As you can see, he's quite strong. With all four of us firing the beams almost consistently, he's not going down very easily. His attacks are actually fairly powerful. 2 hits would take any of us out. Like I just went down for the first time, and then he took out. That's what I'm talking about. You don't want to go in groups like that because, unfortunately, you get it where almost everyone's down. And the CPU, like I said, their job or their primary goal, obviously, and from a design perspective, this was a choice by the designers, is to make sure that you survive before them. And I think he's kind of clipped through a wall there, so I was like, well, I'm going to shoot some pans. So it's up here. And then he comes back to it. And he just touched me. I had full health. So it's definitely teamwork is crucial. The best idea here is to shoot and strafe left to right. Even though you don't see projectiles, it's probably the best idea. And that's how I survived as long as I did. Unfortunately, I'll be honest with you, did not win. In fact, came very close, and then we all died because, as I said, the CPU's primary objective is to keep me alive, and in the process got us all killed. So this is probably best to be played with friends or even people online, but you know, there's always that issue with people leaving, not staying in the game to the completion of the level, that sort of thing. So expect some of that. I would expect, since the game is brand new, there's going to be plenty of people out there wanting to play this, especially the Ghostbusters community. The GB fans forums alone will suffice the community playing this game. So if you need anyone to play this with you on either console, I'm sure you will be able to find them if you look. Well after the game has been out and you know, newer titles have been released and that sort of thing, just the way multiplayer games go. Well, I'm going to have to call it now because this is where we're all going to die. I thank you for watching. This is a quick look of Ghostbusters Sanctum Slime. On PlayStation Network is $9.99, $10, and is well worth the price. Expect a full review on bn-games.com coming soon, and hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have plenty of content coming, and there will be a video review of this as well. I'll take snippets of the full game so you can see just beyond the first level. And we have our classic capture series. Right there. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, thanks for listening, and thanks for watching. Appreciate it.